Ron and Pat and Dave and Teresa. Boy, oh boy, talk about trying to keep good company. I'm doing my best to stay in the best company I can this morning.
Well, I don't know, Ron, but I'm hoping we're good company.
So far, so good.
Okay.
Absolutely. And now, about to get a little shot of vitamin T. It is that time. It's time for the one, the only Teresa Tomeo. Get to spend some time with Teresa, catching up with everything that Teresa's got going on. Now, again, take notes, because Teresa's got a lot going on. A big thing, her book, Italy Shrines and Wonders, Discovering Sacred Spaces, Fascinating Places and Destinations Off the Beaten Path. And then I also wanted to talk, good morning, Teresa, by the way. I wanted to say hello to you. Good morning to you.
Hello there.
Good morning.
Hello, Teresa.
Buongiorno.
Teresa.
Hi, how are you guys?
Great. And everyone continues to talk about all the exciting things happening in Italy. The excitement of a bunch of people wanting to go to Italy doesn't work for everyone to actually get over there, but you got a solution for that one, too.
I do, and I've been getting a huge response. We had a meeting with EWTN on Friday afternoon with Mission Advancement, who's responsible for putting out this beautiful online series that's now up live. It's called Saints in Italy, and you can just go to EWTN.com/Saints in Italy, and you can sign up for it. It's free, and we take you throughout central Italy, Lazio, Umbria. You'll learn about the saints. We'll go to the Eucharistic miracle of Orvieto. I mean, it's just a great way. You can never leave home or never leave your parish, Bible study. You could do the study in your parish. So it's really cool. So far, over 2,000 people have signed up for it. So we're hoping to get to, hopefully, I don't know, as many as possible. But it just went live last week. So the fact that we have 2,000 plus people already signed up is just great news. So again, you have a pilgrimage to Italy without ever leaving the comforts of your area. You can go to EWTN.com, Saints in Italy.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, I would love to be there. I loved the book. I mean, because it felt like I was there and eating in the restaurants and so forth. But to be in front of the Eucharistic miracle in Orvieto there, what an experience that has to be to witness.
It's pretty incredible. You know what's amazing is that it is available for veneration a few times a year. And last year when we were here, we completely forgot, guys, that it was available for veneration during the Easter season. And so Deacon Dom and I thought, well, we have an extended weekend. Let's drive to Orvieto. It's only like 45 minutes from where we live. And we had a special treat. And I really think, and Dave, you know this because you knew Mother Angelica so well, didn't she always say when you step forward and go to see God, he comes running toward you? I think she said something along those lines. Yeah. And I was thinking about her this weekend because we made the effort to get there to see the corporal because it is available for veneration during the Easter season and Christmas season. And you can go in the chapel of the corporal, which is the Eucharistic miracle where the Eucharist actually bled on the corporal. It's one of the oldest Eucharistic miracles ever. And we got there, and they were starting Mass, and it was in English. We're like, oh, Mass in English. So the gate was open, so we quietly went into the chapel, sat in the back, didn't want to bother anybody, ended up meeting this wonderful group of people, 2 priests from Bismarck, North Dakota, and a local high school, about 25 kids and their parents. It was just wonderful. We got to chatting with them, and it was funny because it's such a small world. One of the men comes running after me after we left the church, and he says, I was talking about you on the plane. I think Teresa Tomeo lives somewhere in Italy. I wonder if we're bumped into her, and here you are. So you just never know what's going to happen because there's so many beautiful tour groups that are coming through. But that was really special. If you're in Italy, if you're in central Italy during the Easter season or the Christmas season, go and venerate the corporal Eucharistic miracle in Orvieto. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that I've been to Italy once, and thanks be to God, I was able to visit the Eucharistic miracle was present and able to be viewed at that point. Unbelievable, and
yeah, it's crazy.
To your point, Teresa, Rome and Italy is so amazing because it's one place after the next, after the next, after the next. You could never even see it all in one pilgrimage. You've got to get over there over and over and over again just to be able to visit even the major sites, and then you have all of these other opportunities as well. The only way to know about it is to learn it from someone who knows it well and has written a book about it, by the way, and has the series too.
Well, I'm still learning about Italy. As a matter of fact, when we were just with Steve Ray's group last week, when I remember when we spoke with you and Steve last week or 2 weeks ago, I'm not losing track of time now, but we did a tour over the weekend about 8 days ago of Assisi. Now, I've been to Assisi probably, 4 or 5 dozen times, and yet, depending on the guide and where they're from, this particular guide was excellent because he was from Perugia, which is very close to Assisi. They always tell you different stories about St. Francis, and I heard a brand new story about St. Francis that I'd never heard before. about how his father enlisted one of his close friends who was a knight who lived in Assisi and tried to go and get Francis to come back after, he ripped his clothes and said, I'm done, I'm going to go live this life of poverty and whatnot and live for the Lord. And after only a few days, the knight becomes one of the brothers because he was so influenced by Francis. But they showed us the house where this young man lived, and all the times I've been to Assisi, I never heard that story, and Steve said the same thing. And Steve's been there quite a few times. So it's inexhaustible, as you said, Dave, the information and the stories, especially about the saints here in Italy.
Well, Teresa, if somebody only had, a couple of days in Rome or in Italy, what saints would you point them to go visit their sites?
Oh my gosh, Pat, that's an excellent question. But there's so many. I know. Well, I think it's crazy, right? Well, obviously, if you're in Rome, you want to see if you can get on the Scavi tour and get to see the bones of St. Peter, because that is, St. Peter on this rock shield built by church. So go to St. Peter, see if you can see get on the Scavi tour, which means excavation. And Father John Riccardo actually wrote one of the original tours when he was there studying in Rome. And so we have him to thank a lot for the way that tour is run, which is excellent. So that would be one. But then you've got, oh my goodness, you've got the St. Paul outside the walls with St. Paul. You've got Santa Cecilia. You've got, oh my gosh, there's just so many saints. But if you had a few days, I would make sure you saw the major basilicas and you went to the tomb of St. Peter, Catherine of Siena, and Santa Maria Sopra Minerva, because part of her body is there, the other part of her body is in Siena. And if you can get up to Orvieto and Assisi, which really can just be a quick day trip, that's what I would do. Try to spend a lot of time in the city, but go for a day trip because there's so many saints close to Rome that you should visit and venerate.
Yeah. So how do you get from, because I was in Rome, but we never made it up to Assisi or Orvieto because there was so much to see in Rome.
Right.
Is it by train? Is that how you get up there? What's the quickest way?
You can. The trains are very doable as long as they're not on strike, because my Italians love to strike. They call it a ponte. They love to take a bridge, especially around the holidays. If there's a special feast day or a holiday, they'll stretch out the weekend and they'll go on strike, and it happens like once a month. But the trains are very accessible. We took the train from Perugia down to Rome to cover the conclave. It only took about 2 hours. There's lots of drivers that are available, and there's lots of tours that you can go on. For example, I talk about this in my book. You can go on a tour you can find online, and usually that includes transportation. So look for a tour online that has transportation, or take the train, very easy. And there's a beautiful trip you can actually take from the Vatican train. There's an express train that goes to the Vatican down to Castel Gandolfo, which is a nice break from the city, which is where the Pope's summer residence was. It's now open to the public. But, yeah, I talk about the train system and how to travel. That's a good question. In terms of traveling, the train's very accessible. You go from Termini, the main terminal, and then stop in one of the areas. Orvieto has a train. Perugia has a train. Assisi drops you off right by St. Mary of the Angels. So the trains are very doable.
Okay.
Teresa, I wanted to say real quickly, TeresaTomeo.com. That's where you find all things Teresa Tomeo related. You can order the book there. That's there. The series on EWTN, Saints in Italy. Also on TeresaTomeo.com. Teresa, you're available to go out and do speaking events. Now, I was just looking at your calendar. It's a little tight. But if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, they could go on TeresaTomeo.com and book you to have you come to their parish or their area sometime in the future, probably somewhat removed from now, but definitely an opportunity to do that down the road, right?
Yes, and I'm so excited because this is unique. I have 2 speaking engagements, God willing, when we get back this summer. One is in August and one is in September, and they're both in the Archdiocese of Detroit, and I believe I'm going to be on Vanessa's show talking about those very soon, and I'll also get to the details, too, on that, Dave. I'm really excited. I love it when I can speak at home because I'm always traveling, but I love to do women's retreats, and I'm also putting together a whole new presentation about Italy as well if people are interested.
Perfect. Love it. Absolutely. And I know when Teresa Tomeo wants to catch up with what Teresa Tomeo is doing, she goes to TeresaTomeo.com, as should you.
That's what I do.
Because there are so many things happening. Thank you very much, Teresa. God bless you. Can't believe you take your time. Take time out every week to be with us. We're so blessed. God bless you.
Like a shot of vitamin T, right?
There you go. Gotta love it.